that.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Kev. I'm sorry.
I heard it, then I saw the screen cut, and I'm like, oh man. That's why I started laughing. What were we talking about? What were we talking about in the Patreon exclusive green room? You'll
The
never know.
OnlyFans exclusive free green room.
Yeah.
How much we hate college football and how it's such a one-sided, trash heap.
The
And
only
if you're
time
Ohio State, you play like Marshall University every week, and you win 58-0, and you're like, "Oh my god, we're the number one team in the country!" Yeah, like shut up.
the only time it works out is when that backfires and Appalachian
It
State
does.
wins.
That's right.
That's the
That's the
best.
point.
That's
That's
the
right.
best.
Appalachian State. Everybody still remembers that. Appalachian
yeah.
State went into Michigan and beat them.
By the
Yeah.
way, one of the 5 greatest upsets in sports history.
Oh, for sure.
You can make a very good argument for that.
That was huge. That was huge. I would also. That's an interesting list because I think I would put Buster Douglas over Mike Tyson on that list, man.
Absolutely.
Okay. So if we were to do a whole segment of the top 5 biggest upsets in the history of sports, we're talking like in North American sports history. This is easy because I got top 5.
I
off
got
the top of
one
my head.
right off the bat.
1980, Miracle on Ice, number 1.
Okay.
Not
I'll
even
buy it.
close.
I'll buy that.
Considering the circumstances of when this game was played, Super Bowl 3.
Okay,
Between the Jets and the Colts.
The Namath guarantee.
Namath guarantee and the merger happened not too far after that.
That's right. Because if you remember, Baltimore was the NFC or whatever they called it back then,
The
representative.
NFL, the National Football League.
NFL,
Yeah.
okay, right. And then all of a sudden they were in the AFC.
Yeah. They were unfreaking believable during that time. Earl Morrall was the starter over Johnny Unitas.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the only game that they lost was to Cleveland, who they smacked in the NFL title game previous 2 weeks.
And that was when the Browns were good, coached by Paul Brown himself.
No, I believe he left.
Oh,
I believe
he
was
left
in Cincinnati.
I
believe he was in Cincinnati at that time in 68.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 68. He was in Cincinnati.
You'll have to open up the history books to find out about all that. So,
number 3, and then this is going to pain Dustin. I know it is.
Yeah.
The 2004 ALCS.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Yeah, we know. But Kevin Millar is always going to be out there talking about that one.
Yeah, but I think number 4 is Buster Douglas over Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I mean, that was huge, man.
That was inconceivable at that time.
Right. Inconceivable because he was beating guys in like 28 seconds or 94 seconds, whatever it was.
Ridiculous. Like 8 seconds was as fast as knockout, I believe it was.
Yeah. I mean, some boxing experts will claim that they were putting Mike Tyson up against some tomato cans, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it was crazy, and Buster Douglas was the last guy anybody expected to do anything against him.
Yep.
So,
and number 5, I'm at a huge toss-up between Appalachian State beating Michigan or the Giants being the 18-0 Patriots. I'm at a huge toss-up.
I give the edge to App State only because I understand that the Giants, that was an upset. That was a monumental upset.
No question.
No question.
But their defense was as hot as anybody heading into that game, and they had gone on a heater. They went for the wild card all the way too.
That's right, because if you remember that year, they beat the Giants in San Francisco. Then they beat the Packers in Green Bay.
No, they beat Tampa first. They went to Tampa Bay, beat them first. This was 2007. And I remember everyone was picking against the Giants in that week, in that playoffs. They went to Tampa, beat them, went to Dallas, beat them, and then they went to Green Bay in Brett Favre's last game as a Packer.
Okay. It must be the other year they won the Super Bowl that I'm
2011,
remembering.
yeah, you're right.
That they beat the Giants in San Francisco. Then they beat the Packers in Green Bay. Then
The
they
49ers, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Baseball.
He's got baseball brain right now.
He's got baseball brain going on there.
Which one was the one where Tom Coughlin's whole face looked like it had frostbite?
That was the second coldest game in NFL history at that time.
It had to have been
third. It was third. It was the third coldest game. It was in Green Bay. It was the third coldest game in NFL history. And it was like 24 below
or something.
Some ridiculous amount of.
I had concerns for that man, but with all of that said, though, that's why the Giants. It wasn't like that wasn't a talented team, though. Michigan paid Appalachian State to come in there and get their butt whooped, and it didn't happen. They got beat, so that's what puts it over the top for me.
Which the whole reason we talked about this particular discussion is because how much of a fraud fest is college football. Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Department of BS. This is Seahawks Sessions, the Seattle Seahawks podcast, part of the Time to BS family of shows in Belly of Sports Media Network. I'm Dan Cruz. I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at Daniel Sooth, and the podcast page at Time to BS Podcast. Also, we got a Facebook page. Just search Time to BS Podcast on Facebook. From the capital region of Albany, New York, and no credentials required, Dustin Henry in his corner? Shelf?
Yes.
We're going to call him Dustin on the shelf.
All right.
I don't know.
It is the holiday season approaching.
It is the holiday season. And from the great state of Texas and Belly of Fantasy Live, Kevin Wilson in the middle.
Bringing it, as always.
Did you fry a turkey or did you bake the turkey this time? Because you are in Texas, Kevin. I must ask.
No, well, to be quite honest, because as I explained in the green room, I was off yesterday for the first time in recorded history, and so my honey was like, "Do you want me to cook?" And I'm like, I don't want you to be spending all day in the kitchen. So we went out.
Really?
Oh, nice. Okay. Where'd you go?
We went out to a place called Saltgrass, which is normally a steak place, but they had Thanksgiving dinner there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so, we had a reservation. We pulled up inside there. Everything was full, but they had our table all set. We went, sat down, and had a very, very nice Thanksgiving. And so dinner, plus first we got to sleep in.
That's a plus.
That's always a plus. And then, yes.
Wrong button, I'm sorry.
I heard the Undertaker gong start. And I'm like, what's going on?
I was like, crap. Oh, boy. Anyway, you can follow, share, and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. How may be watching if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or watching live on YouTube. Also, rate, review, and follow the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, and on the Belly Up and Friends pages on respective podcast platforms. And, as I mentioned earlier, we got a Facebook page. Woo-hoo. So, follow the official Time to BS Podcast Facebook page. Just search Time to BS Podcast. It's not hard. It's not complicated. There's not a lot of shows that have this stinking name. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
It's very rare. We're
And
very
it's always
unique.
good when it's a short and direct name. So
Literally. Literally.
you type a couple letters and boom, you're
Yeah.
home.
Sometimes you do get surprised though. I thought back in the day, my friend Chris and I, we did an audio only podcast about video games, and I thought I had a genius name. I'm like, Chris, stop the presses. We're gonna call it Live from the Couch. And then I searched it, and there was like 3 other shows they called
You're like,
Live from the
dang
Couch. Yeah. I
boy.
thought I had split the atom on that one.
Oh boy. Also, engage in the comments. Be nice, please. It's the holiday season. It's not hard.
That's
Just be a
right.
good- Just be a good person. We'll be taking
Holiday
your comments and
season,
questions too.
turkey. So there you go.
We'll also be taking your comments and questions too. So engage with the comments. I don't have chime time. I don't have the legal responsibilities to have chime time. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, you got to
Where's
wait
Ryan
till
when you need him?
tomorrow. You got to wait till tomorrow to
you
get
gotta,
that.
you gotta wait till tomorrow, guys. You know, we have credentials, but we, you know what I mean?
We have special credentials. There are a certain type of ticket. I hear it in the distance. Is that?
Oh, hey, Stone Cold. You got tickets?
There
Yeah.
Let's wait.
Roll the ball.
We kind of started the show off the rails, so it's good.
We did, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
You know, it's serious when you hear that sound right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, big time, ladies and gentlemen. But we unfortunately have to start the show off with some music. Not Dustin's music, not Kevin's music, but unfortunately, my music. Cue it. This is the Smooth Report, our weekly news segment here on the Time to BS family of shows. The Kansas City Chiefs are 7-6, and on the outside looking in on the AFC playoffs. Kansas City could miss the playoffs for the first time since 2014, when they went 9-7 and barely missed the playoffs. The Indianapolis Colts and Daniel Jones has a minor fracture in his fibula of his lower leg, but is expected to play this weekend against the number 1 defense in the league, the Houston Texans.
Oh man.
Oh God.
Long day for Mr. Jones. Not that one.
Well done. Well done there, Dustin. That was good. That was really good. Anyway, having the giggles there. Anyway, the Raiders have fired offensive coordinator Chip Kelly after a miserable start to the season for the Raiders. However, both Pete Carroll's sons, Brendan and Nate Carroll, are still employed as the offensive line coaches and run game coordinators. So explain that crap to me.
He will not fire his sons. If we know anything about Pete, he doesn't fire coaches. It's very rare. He's not going to fire his own sons. But I saw an article, and you got to take everything with a huge grain of salt you see on the internet. But apparently Chip Kelly was calling plays that weren't even in the Raiders playbook. He was he was calling some.
What?
I saw that.
I saw it too.
A conversation like that. I just sat down.
Are you kidding me?
He was confusing his own offense,
How?
calling plays that weren't even. No one knew what he was talking about.
Oh my God. Must be the West Coast scheme.
Who knows, man?
I don't
the
know.
fact-
At
Oh,
least
jeez.
people know. At least in my generation, I know what the West Coast scheme is. I don't know what he was calling. The Northern Canadian scheme. I don't know what
He
it
was
was.
calling something.
He was calling something, but it wasn't even in the playbook. So then the players would be kind of. If you see them looking around, and they're looking like they have no ideas because they didn't.
Jeez.
Man.
Oh. In the Department of Seahawk news,
Uh-oh.
running back Cam Akers has
Yeah.
signed with the Seahawks on the main roster. Safety Quandre Diggs reunites with the team on the practice squad. Nose tackle Riley Mills is expected to practice this week. And cornerback Darian Kendrick was waived and claimed by the Los Angeles Rams. Also, Jaron Reed is pushing to return next week, against the Indianapolis Colts. That's a big one.
Yeah, that would be big.
The two D tackles are huge because Mills can play.
Yeah.
Mills can play. Kevin saw him firsthand. Right?
Correct. Absolutely.
He can play nose tackle, play D end.
He can play. Just he can play, period.
He's a smaller Leonard Williams.
Ooh,
right?
That's nice.
Would that be essentially be the comparison there, Kevin?
Yes, I would say so. So
all right.
Fire
Rumor around the NFL is that there's a certain head coach that could resign/leave his position if things continue to sour, citing a quote change in scenery. Rumor around the street it could be Ravens head coach John Harbaugh. Okay.
I don't want to say, but I said this on No Creds weeks ago when they were 1-5. I said, "Is it time that John Harbaugh be let go?"
It's not even just Harbaugh. You invested in a one-dimensional quarterback a hefty amount of money in Lamar Jackson.
You can believe that we'll be discussing this on the Belly Up Fantasy Live show
What in
on Tuesday.
God's
For
name?
sure.
Was
Put
that the cat that just
on the
popped behind you?
Facebook Tuesday. Be there.
The
I
cat
will
just
have to check that out. But that was hilarious. That was perfect timing.
the cat just snuck up behind you and became a ninja.
Yes, Ninja Cat.
Yeah.
Ninja cat.
If you're an audio only listener, you got to start watching on YouTube because sometimes
right.
stuff like that happens.
That's right.
Oh, boy.
So, you know,
How long are we going to give how much longer are we going to continue to give Lamar Jackson the benefit of the doubt here?
after his last 3 games, it's over with.
He's
as
been
far as I'm
awful.
concerned. He's been absolutely awful, and no
Yeah.
more awful than yesterday.
Oh God, horrible.
I mean,
So let's, especially against the Cincinnati Bengals,
That was impressive
you
by
should
the
have
defense.
400 yards passing
yeah,
against them.
they played great yesterday, but they are the worst defense in the NFL.
By far.
They're-
Anyway, and finally, a fun fact: water begins to weigh less as it's heated up. Water also becomes more dense as it's cooled because, ice.
Okay.
Anyway,
There we go.
That was-
Evaporation
Man,
and ice.
that was the
Science,
question
damn
that
it.
was like number 3 in my brain right there.
Yeah.
What happens to water when it's heated or cooled? So
Now we
Man,
know.
now we know.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I.
That's
Joe.
I will say one thing on Lamar Jackson. Okay, he's
Yeah,
proven
please.
He's proven he can pass. All right, he wanted to prove that he
Sure.
can pass. He's proven that he could do that. But what is obvious to me right now is he's playing hurt. He's either playing
That's right.
hurt or he's
That's
trying
right.
to prove something because he's not running at all. He is not running at all.
So if you want to laugh, look at Ravens Twitter since the Seahawks have hired Mike McDonald.
Oh,
That's
man.
all you need to know on how bad it is in Baltimore. Because as much as we love to laugh and complain about, coaching and long-term coaching decisions
Yes.
and blah, 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 John Harbaugh, the only reason he's still in Baltimore is because of Lamar Jackson. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, and they also won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
did,
a
but
decade
that was-
plus ago.
Yeah, that was
I
2012.
understand that was, like in the 1940s or whatever. But
Way before our time.
yes, and that keeps you isolated. Let's, Pete Carroll being an example,
Yeah.
right? You win a
yeah,
Super
keeps you
Bowl, and
protected.
then you're pretty much isolated. You've got just people bring the slings and arrows, but all you have to do is say, "Hey, I won a Super Bowl." It's the same thing in college with Clemson, and he won't, go out and get players, like the other coaches do. And all he has to do is say, "I won 2 national championships."
Okay, so explain Doug Peterson then. Doug Peterson was fired 2 years after he won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. Explain that.
That's okay. I can explain that with just one word: Philadelphia.
Yeah, good point. That pretty much gave it away.
Oh,
That
man.
pretty much gave it away. Yeah,
Which, as of this recording, I'm sure that you two watched it. I watched it. It was
Yeah.
the only full football game I've seen this entire holiday weekend so far. Because when the person that you are at for Thanksgiving, when they do not like football, you don't insist on watching football. That's just the way I roll. Okay.
Yeah, good point.
But the Bears dominated the Eagles. That game, they ran all over the Eagles. Do you know?
Let me get
Philly
my notes,
fans?
'cause I have notes for this. Hang on one second.
Yeah, Philly fans will turn on Nick Sirianni quick because they already wanted him gone last year. They were incensed, and then all of a sudden they win the Super Bowl. So
unbelievable.
So Kevin's got a point about Philly there.
Philly. Okay, so you're supposed to be a professional defense. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how is it that you allow 2 running backs to rush for 250 yards?
Dual 100-yard rushers.
2 100-yard rushers, and they both found the end zone.
Yeah.
Is Travis Homer one of them?
No, it's Kyle Monangai. It's Kyle Monangai and Swift.
If you happen to pick him up off the waiver wire.
Yeah, forget about it.
Okay. So you'd be quite and Swift, hasn't been that good.
No.
Yeah,
Let's be honest about this.
But he's looked good at points, but
yes, he has, but it's been uneven at best. And so he busts out, and they both rush for over 5 yards per carry.
That's impressive too.
Yeah, they were moving, and
Manana guy, or however you pronounce his name, was, I believe, over 6 yards per carry.
Which that's actually one of the topics for our time to Q&A.
Oh, perfect. All right, I'll table what I have to say then until we get there.
If you're looking to tune out, you want to keep that channel rolling right here.
All right. So we begin in the main segment department. Former All-Pro safety Earl Thomas has been named a Hall of Fame semifinalist. He gets in first ballot, right?
He's got to. He's got to, because in a lot of ways, okay, he played on a defense. Now I get it. A lot of people are unhappy with the way Earl left town because they remember him flipping off the sidelines. They remember him going down to I forget who was coaching the Cowboys at the time, but he went to the Cowboys locker room. He said, "Come
Jason
get
Garrett."
me." Yeah, that's right. It was Jason Garrett. He said, "Come get me." And we all heard it. We all saw it. But you got to forget about that for a moment. He had some problems off the field. His time with the Ravens,
he had a
hit or miss.
A very interesting problem off the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fill in the blanks there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, search it.
Don't Google that. Don't Google that.
No, do not do that. You'll get yourself in trouble, especially if you're working your day job. Now,
Dustin.
Earl Thomas. Say what you will. He was probably, I had an Earl Thomas jersey. Okay. I had an Earl Thomas jersey. Loved Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas was the one, if you cited other players on this defense, which has other will be Hall of Famers. It's not would be, it's will be. One day they will be.
Yes.
They cited him as the one that cleaned everything up when other people made mistakes. And that's all you need to know.
Yep. That he was a legitimate ball hawk at the free safety position. There was very few safeties that played like him. Very few in NFL history. Very few safeties that played like he did. Where he was a 5'11" safety, but he played like he was 6'2", and he hit people. I remember very clearly the Rob Gronkowski hit.
Oh man,
he laid in 2016, where he and Cam Chancellor just sandwiched Rob Gronkowski up the seam. That was the hardest hit I've seen a free safety make in forever.
Well, and it was clean too.
It was clean,
yeah.
Right. And that's all that's important with any of that is that it was a clean hit.
Yeah, clean hit.
And if you get your noggin blown sideways and it's a clean hit, we're good.
Yeah. But then the other thing that people need to understand is that when Earl Thomas went down with a broken leg later on that year, against Carolina, the pass defense fell apart.
It did. Yeah. You saw how much he cleaned everything up. You saw why people said that. And I would submit, and you two know as much about the Seahawks as anybody. And I would submit that the whole reason that Pete Carroll pushed for that Jamal Adams trade is because he was trying to find another Earl Thomas. And you learn very quickly you're not going to find one.
Nope. Not even close. And he also tried to replace Cam Chancellor, who's another will-be Hall of Famer down the road.
Yeah.
Probably later on because of, the qualifications and stuff here, be it.
Mm-hmm.
But Cam's getting in.
I would say so, yeah. I mean, we're all a little bit biased, but say that defense was a history-making defense.
You have 4 Hall of Famers, arguably, on that defense.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you have any questions, just go back and look at the Seahawks game against the Broncos in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the
all
Broncos
you need to
that
know.
came in there averaging, 30 points per game?
35,
yeah, I think
it was.
at the time, were they the highest
I
scoring
believe
offense
so.
in NFL history?
This was not the year, because Peyton Manning the next year or the year after that. The year after that, 'cause the Patriots beat the Seahawks the year after that. But
off the top of my head, give me a second. Off the top of my head,
he had that neck problem, but he did not have that issue during that season against the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. He was 100%, and they just absolutely cleaned their spot.
Yeah. Yeah, and this was a Broncos team that would, correct me if I'm wrong, I can't remember if it was before or after that Super Bowl. I think it was after. Didn't the Broncos beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl? They beat
2 years later. So
2 years later. That's right. 2 years later.
With arguably a top 5 defense ever.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I will say off the top of my head, the Denver Broncos in 2013 scored 606 points, number 1 in NFL history, highest scoring team in NFL history. I think they had a higher points per game average than the 2007 Patriots and the 96 and the 98 Vikings, who were the 2 previous highest scoring teams.
That 98 Vikings team.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. If you want to talk about one of the greatest upsets of all time, how about the Atlanta Falcons going into Minnesota and beating the 15-1 Minnesota Vikings?
Do y'all play a game?
That's on that list.
Who won the MVP in 1998? Take a guess.
In 1998?
Take a wild guess. You're never going to get it.
MVP. All right.
Yep.
Chris
Don't look
Chandler. No, I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking.
Kevin, do you know who it is?
I do not.
Randall Cunningham.
Oh, okay.
Who was
for
the Vikings quarterback. He was the Vikings quarterback that year. He was the NFL MVP in 1998.
Right. And as they were 15-1. And they had the kicker hadn't missed a field goal all season.
Morton Anderson. Morton Anderson? Or was it his brother?
I can't remember if it was Morton or the other
Derek.
Anderson.
No, not Derek.
I believe
the quarterback.
I believe it was Morton. Anyways, he had hit every field goal he had tried that year until that game.
Gary Anderson. Too many Andersons.
Oh, okay. It was Gary.
Okay.
My apologies, everybody.
No worries.
Sorry, Gary.
A few years ago, but and Atlantic, they beat them.
Yeah. At their own game.
Yeah.
At their own game, and of course, we know what happened after that. So,
yeah, thanks, Eugene Robinson, also a former Seahawk.
No, okay, we're bringing
Eugene Robinson. Yeah, we're going back in time there
because all you need to do is look up why we're mentioning Eugene Robinson. Anyway, back to Earl Thomas.
Yeah.
I mean, who's the semifinal? Because Drew Brees is on the list.
He's in.
Getting in. He's in. By default, he's in.
They come. I guess they have it where they bring it in, they discuss and whatever. 5 seconds at Drew Brees, he's done. Next.
Yeah.
We don't need to discuss it any further.
He gets in for sure.
Give me a second. I had the list. Willie Anderson from the Bengals and the 2008 Ravens.
Yeah.
Drew Brees.
Okay, in.
Larry Fitzgerald is the semifinal.
He's in.
Frank Gore.
Frank Gore should be in.
Ian.
As much as it pains me to compliment a 49er.
Yeah, I'd rather get stabbed in the eye than compliment a 49er, but yes.
Yeah.
Frank Gore is extremely tough. He was consistent for so many years, and he was like an ageless wonder for a while.
Holy crap, this is a great list. Rodney Harrison,
He's in.
And
Torrey Holt,
Torrey
who's
Holt.
for some reason not in the Hall of Fame.
That's crazy to me. And also, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit because the Rams, that Rams team really bothered me. But Torrey Holt,
so good.
dude, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, and all of them deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep,
The
all of them.
greatest show on turf. I'll make an argument for Ricky Prohl. No,
No, don't do that.
no,
Don't do that.
no, that just tarnishes your reputation.
Luke Kuechly, he's getting in.
He's getting in. But
It's a lot, defensive player. Nailed.
What a list this is.
yeah, this is a great class.
Do we know how many players max we can get in?
I don't know. I think it's 10.
10?
I'm not sure. Eli Manning, debatable.
Yeah.
Eli, but here's the thing. Here's the feather in. If Eli gets in, Russ gets in.
Yes.
In my
You
opinion,
can't argue that
absolutely.
both ways. No.
yeah.
You're arguing out of both sides of your mouth that way.
Fred Taylor.
Fred
Okay.
Taylor, yes,
He
Jacksonville
was
running
so
back.
good with the
Yes.
Jaguars.
Yes, he was so
Yes.
good.
That's why they had any relevance whatsoever.
Okay, I have a question. How is Steve Smith Sr. not in the Hall of Fame yet?
That's a crime. He gets in.
How
If
is he
doesn't
not
get
in?
He was the toughest, quote unquote, undersized receiver I've ever seen in
right.
my life.
He was the toughest SOB I've ever seen.
yeah, it was crazy.
I remember he would get into fist fights with Aqib Talib.
Oh yeah, he wasn't taking anything from anybody. And go back and watch when he signs with the Ravens, and then he plays his first game back in Carolina. He said there will be blood on that field. He lit them up all day.
Unbelievable. He was Doug Baldwin He was pre-Doug
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes,
Like he's what Doug Baldwin tried to be,
Yeah.
and it worked. But there's only one Steve Smith.
yeah.
Right. And if you haven't watched any Doug Baldwin highlights recently, do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Phillip
some of that.
Rivers.
Phillip Rivers, he gets in. He gets in because people might try to argue he didn't win enough, but he was always consistently good. Those Charger teams made the playoffs. He
gets
tough.
in over Eli.
Yeah.
I'm willing to
agree
put him
with
in
that.
over Eli. Absolutely. Because the Chargers won.
It might take him more than one chance to get in, though.
The Chargers
for Phillip, yeah.
The Chargers, when Phillip Rivers was quarterback in the Chargers, there were a lot of times where they were winning because of Phillip Rivers.
Yep.
Right.
They didn't have
And if
great
you-
teams. in
And
San
if you
Diego.
remember that one year, the Patriots, they played the Patriots, they intercepted the ball, they
Yeah.
had the game won,
Yeah.
but then he didn't just fall down on the ground and he fumbled. The Patriots got the ball back and then went and scored and went to the Super Bowl.
Now,
Yeah.
do you remember? Do you guys remember that Phillip Rivers played in that game on a torn ACL?
That's
How?
why I said he is one tough SOB. Just like Stone Cold and just like Daniel Jones, might I add. The fact that he's going to play at all. If I had a fractured fibula, I'm going to be on the couch.
All right,
Right.
here's the question for you guys. Vince Wilfork is also a semifinalist.
I think he's got to get in.
I think he's going to get in, but he's going to get in down the road. The
Yeah.
only reason he gets in down the road is because he won 2 Super Bowls with the Patriots.
Yeah.
He was also a great defensive lineman.
Yeah, that's what I was
For the
going to say. He
Patriots.
was also very good.
Yeah. There are too many good players here. Someone's going to get passed over.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure.
Adam Vinatieri.
Man,
Adam,
he's a
Adam
Hall of
Vinatieri
Fame
will
to
get
me.
in. He
Very
will.
good. Not Hall of Fame.
All right. So this is a good list. I mean,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Drew Brees. I mean, we could list like 5 or 6 first ballot guys on this list by default.
Yeah.
Drew Brees, Larry, Phillip Rivers. You could make a very good argument for Earl. There's a great argument for Earl Thomas.
I mean, we could make that
Yeah.
argument, but I just think, and I'm going to sound like a bitter Seahawks fan here, but I think because he played the majority of his career in Seattle, not enough people know how good he was.
God, I hate the East Coast bias nonsense.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
I don't
Yep.
know if it's so much that he played for Seattle. It's the stuff that came up afterwards.
That as well.
That's going
Post
to be
2015,
the issue
yes.
for him.
Yeah. That's the only issue. I mean, but then again, I mean, there's some geniuses that will argue Michael Vick should be a Hall of Famer.
I mean,
his
no, he's a Hall of very good as well.
He's a career that is very interesting to dissect.
It is.
Yeah. And honestly, his time on the Eagles when he was arguably past his prime, as far as his physical gifts, right? But the Eagles, Andy Reid knew how to get him to check into the mental aspect of the game.
Yeah, and it worked.
He had a couple of seasons where he was borderline unstoppable. And
2010.
And you have to wonder, man, if the Falcons, because Dan Reeves tried, but he said he couldn't get through. But Jim Mora Jr., Vic got to do whatever he wanted. And if there was a coaching staff that held him accountable, you have to wonder what he could have been in Atlanta.
I believe it was Jamie Dukes, who was a Falcons offensive lineman and NFL analyst for the NFL Network. He said, had the Michael Vick that played in Philadelphia had played in Atlanta, Atlanta would have won a Super Bowl by now.
For sure. Because he was so gifted. That's the curse. He was such a great athlete that he could win games not on his own, obviously, but you know what I mean.
He was one of those very rare talents that could do that.
Elevate the team just because of them.
He was one of the very rare talents that could do that.
He didn't have to study.
100%.
He didn't have to study. He didn't have to learn because he was so good that he could rely on his physical gifts. And that is not a detraction against Michael Vick. It's just a fact. He didn't put in the effort because he didn't have to.
All right. Before we get to more Seahawk news and Dustin's Jukebox, we got to remind you, this show is not free, so we must get to some ads. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canada Dips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports.
That's right, peeps. Use the promo code BELLYUP20 for I'm speed typing here. BELLYUP20 for 20% off your order at CanadaDips.com for good stuff. Sorry, I got exciting news, guys.
It's all right. It's all right. Oh, I could see it. I could see it on your face.
Oh my God. So for those that are on the Long Island, media side of things, I will just get to it. So thanks to our friends over at Candace for sponsoring this podcast and Bel Sports Podcast. I will also know that they do have some really good wow, my brain just going 1,000 miles an hour. So for those who have listened to this show for a long period of time will know that I do this show, Seahawks Sessions, Time to BS, which is now doing 3 shows a week. 20-minute shows, 30-minute shows. Not bad. Honestly, recording day starts tomorrow. Isla BS, and then I have a 4th show. So for those who have known this program for a while, know that one of my favorite things to do is called BS Sessions. And I have more guests coming in, and I have a local Long Island radio host.
Oh, man.
That is potentially coming on the show. I don't know when, but is a music guy. He's a big-time music guy from the 80s and 90s.
All right.
Okay.
So I don't know when, but we'll figure it out. Wow, this is exciting. Holy crap. Because, for those that, Ryan from No Creds was on BS Sessions. We had a great time. An hour and a half discussion. Yes. It was awesome. And one of the things that is, I take pride in for BS Sessions is I like to make this show a comfort zone. Like, hey, if you want to get some stuff off your chest, cool, that's awesome. get it out. But have a freaking beer or a cigar while you're at it too, and tune in some music while you're at it, because this is the Comfort Dojo. You come here to have a good time.
Dojo, you should get that patented immediately.
Yeah, you need that on a shirt.
The Comfort Zone Dojo. This is a comfort zone, and I encourage you to get some stuff off your chest, because that's what we're here for. We're here to have a good time, and we're here to just be ourselves. You know what I mean? So we got more guests at BS Sessions coming soon. Volume 55 is recording next week. Volumes 56 and 57 are coming soon. And tune in. We got some stuff going on. So what else do we have here? We have cap casualty discussion.
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
So U Stadium, friends of the show, have released their annual cap casualty list for certain players. I sent you guys the list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you could find it at U Stadium on Twitter. They're awesome. They're genuinely good people. Go support their show and go support their stuff. But the Seahawks have some cap decisions incoming, most notably on two notable players, Uchenna Nwosu and Cooper Kupp. Now, I will also remind you that the numbers are not 100% accurate.
Yeah.
They're estimates. They're estimations. Releasing Cooper Kupp would save the Seahawks $9.5 million against the cap. Releasing Uchenna Nwosu would relieve $11.5 million against the cap. So do the math. That's like 22, right?
Yeah,
22 million?
9 million and 11.5 mil. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's 21, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 20. I was 1 million off, but like regardless, I am not willing to cut bait with Kupp right now because he's a better coach at this point in his career than he is a receiver. I am on the fence with his injuries.
Yeah.
The Uchenna one fascinates me because he's been hurt for 2 years.
He has, but how I gotta look it up. How old is Uchenna though? I
believe he's 32.
Oh, I did not think he was that. Wow. Okay.
If he's that old, then yeah, that's a different discussion altogether.
I'm looking
28.
him up.
My bad.
Yeah, he's 28.
28.
Years,
Okay.
28.
Then
Okay,
that's a
he's
different
still-
discussion then.
He's still older than I thought. To me, when you first texted this to me and us in our super secret private messaging group, I said the Kupp one is a no-brainer. He looked, but you hit it on the head. They've been speaking to the moon about his intangibles and the things that he brings to the table and how much he helps the team.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they re-signed him. To me, that's a no-brainer in the offseason. Kupp is
agree.
gone.
Mm-hmm. I agree,
Nwosu,
That's too much money to give, to an inspiration.
yeah, or another coach. If Cooper Kupp decides that his playing career is over, bring him in as a receiving coach.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Or if he's willing to take the veteran minimum, whatever that is,
Yeah,
then we can have this discussion.
yeah, for a Lockett role, but he will not be re-signed at his current value. There's no way.
No.
But Uchenna, I really don't know what to think. Now, I'm shocked he's 28. I thought he was younger than that, to be fair. But to your point, Dan, he hasn't been able to stay healthy, and this is
hasn't been.
You have to be able to stay on the field to show the team what you've got.
Okay, it's the Draymond Jones situation, right?
Yeah.
So remember when Draymond Jones was here and he really couldn't get a lot of production he had back in Denver when he was here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just didn't work out. I mean, Uchenna's the interesting because he's a better pass rusher than Draymond, but the thing that makes me on the fence on the side of you release him is because of the contracts that are coming later.
Okay.
Because we're not talking about, oh my God, you got to re-sign Uchenna, you got to do this, you got to do that. No. You got to re-sign. There are 5 big free agents you got to re-sign. 2 of them Well, two upcoming contracts are from are Devin Witherspoon
Okay.
and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, and
Those are
Jackson's going to
big.
get the bag.
It's the faster you can get JSN on a contract, I think that would be better.
You got to lock him up.
You got to, because each game his price goes up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the only reason that I say JSN doesn't take like the Justin Jefferson contract is because you actually listen to the guy. He seems like a pretty humble dude.
I'm sure he is, but that's why he has an agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, his agent's going to push it too.
Yeah. It's not going to be Bobby Wagner negotiating his own contracts.
That's right.
Jesus, that was a nightmare.
So that's a priority. Get JSN signed, Devin Witherspoon without question.
Yeah, you got to sign him.
You got to sign this one.
Although I am concerned about his ability to stay healthy in his young career as well. But when he is on the field, he's a cornerstone of the defense.
I think you give it 2 more years with Witherspoon. You pick up the 5th-year option by default. You got to.
Okay.
And you see what his value is in terms of money purposes. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin. What's their cap situation like? Do you know off the top of your head?
I do not, but we've discussed this, and it seems like they're in good shape.
Yeah, they're in great shape.
They're in one of the best shapes of any team out there.
Dustin's looking it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up right now. I know they freed up a bunch of cap space. Was it last year? I think they freed up.
I think it was 2 years ago or last year because of the Jamal Adams contract.
Right. They got rid of that, and they got rid of Metcalf's and
Draymond Jones.
Yeah, and
Gino.
him and Gino and
all right.
They'll figure it out, but
team cap space as of overthecap.com. Team cap space, they are listed at $17,565,388.
What's next year?
Next year, let me go to 2026. Okay, team cap space next year, 74,748,587.
That's going to go up.
So it's basically 75 mil if you round it up.
Okay. So it's going to go up.
Yeah.
I guarantee they're going to be in the hundreds range.
I mean, it's just the natural progression of sports in general.
Now, the question leads us to the contracts. There are 5 big free agents that the Seahawks need to re-sign. Now, we're not including Charles Cross because reasons. Because that's by default. They're re-signing the guy.
They have to re-sign.
They got to.
Left tackle.
Lucas got his extension, right?
$50 million.
Lucas.
$50 million a year. Yep. Now, the free agents are as followed. Kenneth Walker, Boye Mafe, Kobe Bryant, Tariq Woolen, and Josh Jobe. You got to pick 3 free agents between the two of you guys. So 3 of you each.
Well, right now, as far as Walker is concerned, you got to show me.
Yeah, I'm lead off Kevin because I'm pretty sure you got this one on the bag.
When it comes to him, I was big on him coming into the season, and even though it hasn't been great, it's been serviceable. And but are you going to, when it comes to the running back position, do you want to give that much money to anyone? To me,
yeah,
and especially because if he had come out and busted out 1,500 yards, then that's a different discussion.
Completely different discussion.
Yeah,
and like I said, he's been good, but he hasn't been great, and he's been inconsistent. So, depending if he wants to go and pretend like he's a 1,500-yard rusher, there's the door right over there.
Now, in his defense, he does not go downhill very often.
No.
He's not a great downhill back.
No, and that's why, they've got the other guy who, they get down towards the goal line, and he's pooching the touchdown.
He's an automatic touchdown, is Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet, and that's why they complement each other. And
they do.
But if you're looking for one complete back, Kenneth Walker is not him.
No.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think of the Boy Mafe contract? Because I look at Montez Sweat as a good comparison because he's getting $21 million a year. I think he's getting is Sweat in Chicago.
Okay.
So I think Mafe gets that deal because
I think he's definitely, if you're just taking all the other factors off the table, then yes, I'm agreeing with that. But he's not on the field as much to me to warrant that kind of contract to me.
the Bryant one is easy because he can play nickel, he can play outside, he can play safety. He's the most versatile defensive player that they have outside of him and Worry.
And so
you got to re-sign him.
Yeah. The Tariq one, I'm curious with.
Tariq, I don't think you re-sign.
I don't think so either because it's just been too, sometimes the boat's completely upside down with him.
Yeah.
And that's just happened too many times for a guy you're going to give that kind of money to.
So we're all in agreement here with Boy Mafe, Kobe Bryant, and Josh Jobe as the three big free agents?
Yes. As much as I love Kenneth Walker, you cannot argue re-signing him with the numbers that he's had. And also, the thing is, if you look at the way they use Kenneth Walker, it is obvious to me that the coaching staff, they don't dislike Kenneth Walker, but they're not in love with the way he runs. You can tell because they basically tried to make Charbonnet the starter to start the season. They kept giving until Kenneth Walker was obviously the better looking back. Now Walker leads in touches, but the thing is, Kevin nailed it. As soon as they get close, they give the ball to Walker because they don't think he's physical, or to Charbonnet, because they don't think Walker's physical. Because you nailed it, Dan. He goes left and right. I love K9, but he does. He goes left and right, and he's looking to bounce outside and hit the boom. And and sometimes that coaching staff, they just want somebody that can get 4 yards in a cloud of dust downhill.
I think the Akers contract, when they signed Cam Akers, who's great downhill for when he was with the Rams.
Now, I was shocked when you told me how old he is.
Yeah, he's young, too, for a running back.
26 years old.
Yeah.
I thought he was older than that.
I thought so, too, but he's a good back. He's not a bad player. He's great in the passing game, but he's better downhill. And the other name we're not even mentioning, Kenny McIntosh, is faster.
Yeah, that was unfortunate that what happened to him.
Yeah, so
that we couldn't see what exactly he's capable of.
So McIntosh has been out for the year with an ACL injury.
Right.
Yeah.
He's expected to be back next year.
Yeah, but you can't count on that.
He's not as fast as Kenneth.
No, that was before the injury.
He's a much better downhill back than Kenneth Walker is, though. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate because I was so excited when they drafted him because I saw how fast he was. I'm like, woo, interesting. Very curious what they do.
Let's not forget they have Helwani on the team who's proven.
They got 4 or 5 good backs that they can run the offense with.
That's right. And so that's another reason why Walker.
Yeah. And that must pain you to say, Kevin.
It does, because I like him.
Yeah. And it's frustrating because you can see the talent with when he hits and you see him move and when he can get ahead of steam going, you're like, man, the talent on this kid. And I think Ken Walker is still only 25 years old, which is a crazy thing. I would have to double check his age. And just to bring it back, Dan, you were close. Montez's Sweat, his contract, he got an extension, annual value $24.5 million.
Okay, I think he's going to get that. I think Maffei's going to get that.
Boye's going to get that. Okay,
yeah, I think he's going to get that. Which take it what you want with a grain of salt. It's not that bad.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think because Maffei has flashed at times as an elite pass rusher.
Yes, and that's where I'm going with this because when him and Hall are on the field at the same time, they're unblockable. They're almost unblockable, which is woof.
Okay,
love that.
And just last thing about Walker that concerns me is because this is his walk year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what concerns me about any free agent in any sport. If it's their walk year and then they don't put together a great season, then I'm like, well, if because the light's there at the end of the tunnel. If I play as an all-pro, I'm going to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
But despite the fact that he's got that at the end of the tunnel, this is what we're getting out of him.
Which is unfortunate, yeah.
Well, so that really is a concern for me. And, I'm baseball, and everybody knows that. Dylan Cease just signed with Toronto.
Yeah, that's a stupid
Huge
contract.
money.
Okay.
7 years?
7 years.
For
And I
he's
was
29, isn't he?
immediately on record as if I'm a Toronto Blue Jays fan, I am not excited about this.
No, he's so inconsistent.
Yeah.
But it was his free agent walk year, and this is what he gave you. Elite strikeouts, yes. But everything else was not elite.
Eh.
It wasn't close to being elite.
I mean, it's Toronto. What do you expect?
Well,
They'll overpay-
Yeah, he was
overpay-
on the Padres. He was on the Padres.
He was on the Padres.
Chicago, too.
Right. And if they had signed him, and he was, because I think that he'll be fine. But 7 years?
Yeah,
No.
but Kevin, remind me, is Cease a lefty?
No,
can't-
he is not. He's
All
a
right,
right.
all right. That changes things because baseball teams will do crazy things for a lefty pitcher.
They
Look at
will.
Blake Snell.
Absolutely.
Seattle's own Blake Snell, by the way. People forget.
So, anyways, I'm sorry to sidetrack it on that, but that's my issue. My other issue with Walker, it's his walk year, and this is what we're getting.
Yeah, it's
If
bad.
it was, like I said, if it was back up to 1,500 yards, then he's producing. He wants the money. That's not what's happening here.
Yeah, if Jansen's numbers and Kenneth Walker's numbers were reversed,
Oh my God, yeah.
different story.
You'd be
Different
saying,
story.
Different story, and there's always
Yeah.
if they produce that much when it's their walk year, what will they give you afterwards? But that's a different discussion altogether. At least they showed they can do it, and Walker has not shown that
Yeah.
to the extent that I need to give him any kind of substantive contract.
He's also
All right.
missed time. He's also missed
That's
time.
true,
That's
and that
right.
was what his concern was coming into the preseason.
Yeah.
All right. Dustin, you got your tune ready?
I do.
All right. Hold that thought. Let me get you going. And we got to cue the music, ladies and gentlemen. There's his big-ass forehead.
It looks less Peyton Manning style this week. My hair's a little better. All right. So you might be thinking, hey, what's he going to pick this week? He picked Fleetwood Mac last week. Sometimes I get caught in these little pockets. But remember, I'm not a fan of Stevie Nicks' vocal. I like Christine McVie on vocals in Fleetwood Mac. Sacrilege to a lot, I know. But that was last week. Now it's this week. I am picking another song from the 80s. This album came out the year that I was born. Okay? And this album, it is not a bit of hyperbole for me to say that this is one of my favorite songs of all time. It is a great song. It is a well-written song. It is a beautiful song. What song is it? It is Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. I will still listen to Time After Time at any time. It doesn't matter if I'm feeling sad, if I'm feeling happy, if I'm feeling like, hey, I just want to hear that beautiful chorus on the guitar again, that nice chorus pedal or effect that they have on there. I'm going to go to Time After Time. The harmonies are great. It's such a beautifully written song. If you wrote it off as, oh, this is just a pop song on the radio, go back and listen to that and listen to the chord progressions they use and the way that it's written. It's very tasteful. It's a beautiful song. She does an amazing vocal on it. Respect Cyndi Lauper if you don't understand her talent. Spin that record. I knew as soon as I picked Fleetwood Mac last week, I said, you know what I'm going to pick? And I wrote it down in the doc a week before the show. That's how much I love this song. I knew it was going to be my pick for the week. If you're living under a rock and you've never heard Time After Time, go check it out. It's a beautiful song. and we're kind of going into a different mood here on the jukebox. Cyndi Lauper, Time After Time. That's my pick for this week.
Jeez, post production's not great for me today. Anyway, there we go.
There we go.
All right, I can figure this out now. Hey, that's okay. Jesus.
Or here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
All right,
Too many
Dave.
buttons.
All right, Dave. I won't pick Cyndi Lauper again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We will get to the Vikings game in a matter of moments, but we do know one thing's for sure. Kevin, is this show free?
No. Simple answer.
Dustin, is this show free?
I believe it is not.
All right, cue the music. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, we can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
That's right, peeps. Use the promo code BellyUpSports for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek.com or the SeatGeek app. Thanks to our friends over at SeatGeek for sponsoring this podcast and Belly Up Sports podcasters. Oh boy, acid reflux. Anyway, all right. So we got a preview to get to, lads. And I mentioned earlier in the OnlyFans / Patreon exclusive green room, and we have music for Kevin now.
Okay.
Took a little bit. So, Kevin, the floor is yours, my friend.
Okay. I'm waiting to see what the music is here.
Do you hear it?
Whoa. Okay. I'm motivated. All right. So my first key is, and this comes, I see this right here. It says Sam Darnold says he's very grateful for the time he spent with Minnesota, but remains focused on leading the Seahawks. That's key number one. That Sam Darnold does not get, so up. I'm going to show Minnesota what they're missing out on. He stays focused on the game, and I think that he will. But that's my key number one. Number two, and this is interesting to me. The Seahawks have 36 sacks, which is fourth in the NFL. Minnesota has allowed 39 sacks, which is 29th in the NFL. So, and they're going to start a guy by the name of Max Brosmer, which I, before this week, had never, ever heard of. And the only thing that I know about him, he's got 42 yards passing this year. That's it. This will be his first start. So if I'm the Seahawks, I blitz this guy until his eyeballs bleed. And so I put pressure on this guy till he hears trains in his sleep. So that's the second one. The third one is that, the Minnesota defense, okay, they're 24th in rushing yards allowed. And one of the reasons why you can make Sam Darnold's life easier, we just talked about their running game. This is what they need to do, establish this running game, and so there's no pressure on Sam Darnold. So if the Seahawks can do all three of those things, this game is theirs for the taking. And I appreciate the music, and so those are my three keys right there.
All right. Whoa, why am I here?
You're over at my spot. There we go.
Jesus.
Well, yeah.
Good music, right?
But yeah, it's good.
Trying to give us, Disney fits all this switching around.
All right. I mean, Minnesota's what? They're 7-6. They're not doing great.
No, they are not 7-6. They are 4-7.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's 7-6.
No.
Anyway,
and there's all kinds of problems for the Vikings.
Yeah,
going into this game, as I mentioned, the defense, Seattle's 6th in total defense. They're 7th in points allowed. Okay. So then you switch over to the offense. The Seahawks are 7th in total offense, 2nd in points scored.
There we go.
Okay. And we counter with the Minnesota defense. They're 28th overall, and they're 25th in points allowed.
All right.
So this, I have, and I mentioned this before when we were in, our most private room over there,
Nah.
that I have not felt this comfortable going to a Seahawk game. I don't think ever.
Which
And that
to
was
me,
before Max Brosmer was the starter, because J.J. McCarthy wasn't that much of an improvement.
no, I mean, man, I haven't seen a lot of Vikings games. They have had some. J.J. McCarthy has had moments where he looked okay, but it was mostly in the fourth quarter. And he did pull out an improbable win. But I mean, if you are the Minnesota Vikings, and you brought it up, Dan, you said how mad do you think they are that they let Sam Darnold walk
Pissed.
this offseason? But here's the other thing. You know who else was there for just a little while after he got released by the Giants?
Indiana Jones.
That's right. Do you think Minnesota would like to have Daniel Jones right now? Because I think they would.
I think they would. Now, J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan was a good prospect. He wasn't great, but he got so overhyped
Yeah.
because he played for Jim Harbaugh
Yeah.
at
Well,
Michigan.
and I think Harbaugh said he was the best quarterback in the draft, which we can sit up here and say all the things that we want about Pete Carroll, but you know what Pete Carroll said about Mark Sanchez when he was getting ready to come out? Pete Carroll, the most positive, this guy's going to figure it out. We're going to win a lot of games. You know Pete's whole approach.
He wanted Sanchez to wait.
He said Mark Sanchez is not ready. So Harbaugh, I get that you got to gas up your guy, but to say that he was the best quarterback in the draft, I think you were blowing a lot of smoke, Jim.
Who was in that class? Give me a second here.
Yeah, we'll have to
Not
check.
a lot.
Wasn't
If I
it?
remember correctly.
Is that Drake May's class as well, though? J.J. McCarthy. I'm trying to remember.
Caleb Williams was first.
Okay.
Jane Daniels is 2. Drake May at 3. Michael Penix at 8. Yeah, J.J. McCarthy was 10th.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
it's a good class so far. I mean, Penix jury's still out on because he's
Penix
hurt.
is such a disappointment for me. I was so hyped on him.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you would say you cannot argue Drake May's a hit. Drake May, that's a hit. Jaden Daniels, a hit, but health is concerning.
Caleb Williams, though.
Williams.
And even he is being overshadowed by Drake May.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb Williams. See, Caleb Williams has said, if you've watched No Creds, which both of you do periodically, I always appreciate the support. I said the Bears are becoming one of the most fun teams to watch in the NFL, and it's partially because you never know what you're going to get with Caleb Williams. Sometimes he overthrows a guy by 12 feet, and sometimes he makes a throw that you're like, okay, there's like 4 guys that can do that.
Okay, speaking of No Creds, hi, Deez.
What's going on?
What's going on, Deez? How you been? You excited for Auburn in Alabama? I hope she is.
I know for a fact she's getting ready.
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
She's getting ready to say "Roll Tide."
That's
I
right.
can already sense her presence.
Yeah, it's rivalry weekend this weekend, and of course, there's Clemson right behind me.
There you go.
They're playing South Carolina this week.
That should be a win for Clemson, you would think.
You would think so, but when it comes to rivalry games, you throw all that out the window. So
there she goes.
There
Roll Tide. Anyway,
Roll Tide.
Dustin, what's your score outcome for this game?
See, I don't know what to think. Okay, it scares me. It scares me how confident Kevin is, and he laid out his keys. He has reasons to be confident. And you had to talk me off the ledge after the Titans game last week because I'm like, what? Why is it this close? I wanted them to destroy the Titans, but sometimes things don't go the way we want. Now we do have to remember the Vikings still do. Aaron Jones, has he had a great year? No, but he can still get it going every once in a while. Jordan Mason's on that team. They could do a two-headed attack. TJ Hawkinson could hurt the Seahawks a little bit because the Seahawks have struggled against the tight ends. TJ Hawkinson's a good tight end. What do rookie quarterbacks rely on? Tight ends. They're the safety valve.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Jefferson he's a man. He's one of the top 4 wide receivers in the NFL, probably. He just hasn't had a quarterback that's been able to throw to him. Jordan Addison, the Vikings have some talent on offense. They are not devoid, but they don't have it where you need it. They need a quarterback. And unless Max Brosner comes out, and, my dad always used to make the joke that when he was watching the Yankees back in the day, somebody would come in, it'd be a pitcher you never heard of, and they'd look like, to quote my dad, they'd look like Cy Young out there against the Yankees. Now, I don't think Max Brosner is going to catch fire against this defense.
Now,
but I think the Vikings do have the capacity to score a couple garbage time touchdowns and get this game closer than it should be. So this is all a roundabout way of me buying time and saying I've got the Seahawks winning this game 27-14.
the only thing that scares me, who's the Vikings defensive coordinator?
Oh, Flores. That's
Brian
right.
Flores.
I forgot about that.
So,
that could be tough.
So I'm going to read you the Vikings' notable defensive players: Javon Hargrave, Jonathan Allen, Eric Wilson, Dallas Turner, Jonathan Grenard, Blake Cashman, Andrew Van Ginkel, Harrison Smith, who's going in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's what I was going to. He's the only one that I remember consistently.
And Byron Murphy Jr., not to be confused with our Byron Murphy.
Yeah.
But the corner, Byron Murphy, is on the Vikings defense. Now,
Byron Murphy, he picked off. I'm trying to remember. He had 2 picks in one game earlier in the season. It was crazy. I can't remember.
They have players on defense.
They do.
I'm not willing to say that this is 100% blowout. Yeah, Dees is entering the room, and here's Vikings do present issues. If they get a quarterback, this would be a tough game. Yeah, if they had Sam Darnold, tough game, very tough game.
Right, which they don't.
Yeah, they do have a defense. Minnesota does have a defense.
Okay, and I can back that up because they are 10th in total defense.
Okay,
against the pass. But as I mentioned, they're 24th against the run. So that was reason for one of my keys. The running game, can we get things rolling so they can't be one-dimensional on Sam Darnold?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm going to go 30.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to go 30-17 Seahawks.
All right.
Kevin.
Okay, so I am going to be similar to you, Dan, and even though they're top 10 in defense, the offense for Minnesota, if I'm a Vikings fan, I would be mortified that this is the defense or the offense they're rolling out there despite Justin Jefferson, and he has not looked, and that's the quarterback.
Yeah.
He has not looked good. If you took him in the top 5, which you would have to have done in fantasy, probably top 3, you are vitally disappointed in his year. But so I think the offense for Minnesota will not be able to keep up. And so I'm going to go Seahawks 33 and the Vikings 14. This is my final play.
All right. You guys
and
are
I wanted to mention because I was not live with you guys because I was working last week. And you were saying, why was it so close? But that last was a garbage time touchdown.
Yeah.
For Tennessee. You take that out and the Seahawks cover.
And the punt return.
The punt return, that's right. So
that's a blowout.
All of that doesn't happen and they cover. But if you'll remember last week, I said don't take the Seahawks to cover the spread. And I turned out to be correct.
You did.
There we go.
You did call that.
But this time, And Seattle, from last I saw, is probably going to go up now that Brock, this guy Mac Brosmer is going to start. But the last I saw was Seahawks -11.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with that, and they're going to cover that spread. I'm telling you right now, they are going to cover that spread.
Oh, you guys ready to hit some questions?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ring
All
the
right.
power.
Time to Q&A, ladies and gentlemen. One of the last things you do before we close up shop for the show would take your questions, debates, and comments throughout the show, and also have some questions written down because why the heck not?
Right.
First question. Better start to a Seahawks career so far, Sam Darnold or Russell Wilson?
And we can thank my wife over there. She's the one that asked me this today. So that's why this question has come about.
All
I
right.
also want to shout out my, who gets credit for this question.
Oh, you got to at every opportunity. Now, who should lead off with this one?
Kevin.
Okay, so I answered because at this point in their careers, Russell Wilson was already distributing, or what's the word I'm looking for? He was illustrating that he was a Hall of Fame level player. So, and Sam Darnold, as good as he's played, it's not shown that he's a Hall of Fame level player.
No.
So I'm staying with Russell Wilson, but Sam Darnold can certainly catch up to him. So at this point in their careers, Russell Wilson's the answer to this question.
Dustin?
I agree. Even though Sam Darnold started a game 17 for 17, and at times he's looked as relaxed as any quarterback back there. Go back to 2012-ish, 2012, 2013, and read the articles about the reports that were coming out about Russell Wilson at training camp. They knew after training camp he was going to unseat the recently signed Matt Flynn as the starter immediately
for $18 million a year or whatever it was back then.
Yeah,
ridiculous amount of money. Yeah.
If you go back and you look at those articles, they were writing about him. Apologies if anyone finds this offensive, but they were writing about Russell Wilson like he could walk on water. Okay, the way they were talking about him, and then we saw why. Because, you can say Russ was supported by a great running game. Yes. Russ was supported by a history-making defense. Eventually, yes. But Russ also, we've hit on it before. At that time, he used his legs a lot more. He was running around like a crazy man. He was one of the best out there at evading pass rushers. Sam Darnold has the luxury of an offensive line. Russell Wilson did not for the majority of his career in Seattle. Also, Sam, as sad as it is to say, Sam has longer to go to undo the perception of him than Russ did. Russ started out this way. Now, Russ detractors will say he had a great team around him.
Well,
facts.
Which quarterback that was successful didn't?
Yeah. I can't think of one it's a team game. So I can't think of one off the top. But Sam has a bigger hole to dig out of because of how it was early in his career.
And I agree with that, Dustin. And let me just point this out because this underlines what you're saying. This year, the Seahawks have given up 11 sacks. That's number 1 in the NFL. Number 1. So Sam Darnold has not had to run around.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson had to do that on a regular basis because, as we've talked about a zillion times over, the offensive line wasn't good.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. Question number 2, and we also have to give credit to Kevin where credit is due here. What do you put in your French toast?
Ooh.
Because today is National French Toast Day. That's why.
That's why. That's
He's
why.
got that handy dandy calendar out there.
That's right.
It's like Steve from Blue's Clues. My handy dandy notebook.
Who's- You're leading off this
I'll
one?
leave this off.
All right, go
So,
ahead.
We have this little brunch establishment here on Long Island called Buttermilk Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that sounds
Highly
good right
recommend.
out of that.
Highly recommend.
Okay.
And the geniuses made like a 7 sugar swirl French toast.
Ooh.
And they put like, God, it was something. It was like chocolate syrup with marshmallows and like banana on there. They made it like a dessert brunch, but it was fantastic. It was a stack of French toast, but it was so good. I would do either maple syrup, honey, or chocolate syrup, one of the three, and obviously a little bit of butter.
Oh,
on
yeah,
my
you
French
need
toast.
butter on
Of
there.
course.
On my French toast, and if I had
Okay.
the option, 7 sugar swirl, because why not?
Why not?
Why
That's
not?
very good. That's very good.
I'm very curious to hear what Dustin has to say because we're in diner country between the two of us.
We are, but I am a bit of a traditionalist. I feel like I'm going to disappoint you, Dan. I feel like I'm going to. So I like, and you're talking to somebody who, just not to pat myself on the shoulder, but I'll give myself the self high five. Thank you, DDP.
Hey.
I made
Hey.
I made homemade waffles this morning. All right, that's how I spent Black Friday. I got up. I said, I'm making waffles here. But French toast, I like syrup, maple syrup, and then butter, and then every once in a while I'll add a little powdered sugar on top of the French toast here.
Deez is a
it.
good one. Honey or pure maple syrup.
Yeah. You
Like
can't beat
authentic maple syrup. Authentic maple syrup like you get that takes 6.5 hours to boil.
Oh yeah,
From a tree
in Vermont. Yes.
Made in Vermont, big time. Or up here.
Yes.
You get maple trees on you get maple trees on Long Island. You do. They're hard to find, but you get them.
Yeah.
You get them up here. And now we get Mr. Texan himself, Kevin.
Okay, so
Texas barbecue on my French toast. I'm just kidding.
no. So if we're gonna just go traditionally, I'll put some maple syrup and powdered sugar. Those go together.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. If we're talking about strawberries or any other kind of fruit, then that does not mix well, I don't think, with maple syrup.
No.
Okay. So, but even better than that, let's say I had my French toast and I put some raspberry jam on it.
Ooh, I like
Okay.
that.
Raspberry or blackberry would anything with berry other than blueberry. 'Cause I'm not a blueberry fan.
I love
But-
blueberries.
Okay, so if you want to do that to your French toast, go ahead and do that. But if I put some jam on there, I'm good to go. But if none of that, and it's hard to find that unless you're doing it at home.
Mhm.
But if you're out there on the road somewhere, then maple syrup with powdered sugar, I'm good to go.
Oh man. Kevin, what about because you kind of took us there with the jam. Have you ever had the sandwich called the Monte Cristo?
Monte Cristo is outstanding.
Oh yeah.
Outstanding.
yeah.
Oh,
I love
and
Monte
that's one of the
Cristos.
things that I had never tried before I came down here.
Megan, my fiance, she made me Monte Cristo one time.
Oh
Uh-huh.
man.
I was like, I fell in love all over again. It was so good.
you realized another reason why you're marrying her.
That's
huh?
right.
Oh yeah.
Now, the Monte Cristo. So back in the day, there was this place, and Dan, I don't know if there were any of them near you. I wonder if this was a quote unquote upstate or capital region New York type thing. But we had a restaurant called Bennigan's, and it was a chain, and they would take Monte Cristos and they would
Oh, no.
They would deep fry them, and
Oh,
then they
that
would.
sounds incredibly unhealthy, but awesome.
It was, and then they would put powdered sugar on the Monte Cristo.
Man, you'd have
That
to
was
have a
deep
heart
fried.
machine on standby eating that.
And if you talk to 16-year-old me, I was eating a ton of them. I'm probably not long for this world.
And I remember Bennigan's.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah.
And there was one when I first came here to Texas. We actually went, and all of a sudden it was gone, and been gone ever since.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know if there's any of them left.
I don't believe there are.
disappointment.
Yes.
Disappointment. All right. Next question here in the Department of Nonsense. Who's the next head coach to be fired in the NFL?
Whoa.
Mike McDaniel.
Well, let me just. I am absolutely stunned to the core of my being that he still has a job.
You want to know why? Stephen Ross. That's why.
Okay. I guess given that information that you don't want to pay two coaches at the same time, I get that. But it's not all these other coaches, like the guy from LSU, they're giving $55 million. That's crazy to me.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But if you're a professional team, come on.
I got one.
Watching this whole train right down the toilet.
I have another one that may
Who is
spark some controversy. I don't think he's getting fired in season, but I think he's going to get driven out after this season. He's been my new Pete Carroll punching bag.
Oh, no.
How he still has a job, I have no idea. Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin? Okay.
Well, I
Pittsburgh
heard
fans
you.
wanted him gone.
I heard you the other day because I, listened to the show.
Thank you, Kevin.
I did. And I know you've brought him up as, you're wont to do.
Yeah.
And when I first heard this, I have to say, I'm like, but he's never had a losing season. I was one of those guys.
Yeah.
Back, this was 2 years ago now.
Yep.
But what you have said and been saying all this time makes sense. That, and as far as I'm concerned, because I dislike the Steelers anyway.
For good reason.
So, for good reason. And so if they want to keep him employed as their head coach and not win a playoff game, I'm totally fine with it.
Okay, so I will not repeat what I have said.
No.
I would like for you to take over what I have said on this platform on multiple occasions and tell me if you agree with me or disagree with me on what I have said.
You've won me over. Let me just say that because, like I said, I was one of those guys like Mike Tomlin. He's never had a losing season. Excellent coach, all of that. But is that what you're in for? To have a 9-8 record now with 17 games or 10-7. You make the playoffs and lose.
Yeah, you get bounced. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that your ultimate goal? And if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, I can't believe the answer to that is yes.
Because they don't fire coaches.
Yeah,
they don't fire coaches, which has been to their credit. They've had 3 coaches, I think, since all of us were born.
Yeah,
since the 60s, yes. Since the 60s,
okay.
Yes.
And but the 2 guys before him won. And won on a regular basis. Got the teams into the playoffs, won playoff game. Mike Tomlin has not done that.
Yep.
So sometimes and I don't know what his contract, you probably know more about that than I do. I don't know what his contract is. But if he's not coming up on his final year, I don't give him an extension.
They will.
And
the problem is they
will. But I'm saying I would not. And let it play out kind of like the Cowboys did with Mike McCarthy. And if it doesn't look any better, hey, we appreciate you, and we're going to go a different direction.
Dustin, are you on our side?
I agree with you about Mike Tomlin because he did. Correct me if I'm wrong, but obviously Cowher was still the coach when they won against the Seahawks. We don't talk about Super Bowl XL.
Yeah,
But
we
then,
don't talk about that.
But then
No.
after that, he did win a Super Bowl against the Cardinals.
With Cowher's players.
Yeah, so again, he is kind of protected by that. But yes, he's never had a losing season, but they have been shooting themselves in the foot repeatedly because they're not bad enough to get high draft picks, but they don't finish well in the playoffs. They're like stuck in purgatory. And Mike Tomlin, yeah, he's never had a losing season. He's going to have one. If they keep him there, it's gonna happen. I don't think they will get rid of him. I have a different thoughts on coaches that may be let go, and they're both in the same division, and they're both in the state of Ohio.
Do you want to hear their defensive ranks?
Sure,
which
Pittsburgh
cements my argument.
Yeah, no, that's his bread and butter too.
He's a defensive coordinator.
Yep.
He was a defensive coordinator with the Vikings.
Yeah.
And he was with Tony Dungy's staff at Tampa.
Yep.
People forget that. Okay.
No.
The Steelers, as of right now, are total defense 28th in total defense.
And this is the Steel Curtain City.
Yeah. And by the way, they're the highest paid defense in the league.
That's exactly
by default.
On paper, they look like they should be unbeatable. And that rank that you just gave, they have improved over the last couple of weeks. That's with a couple big games where they stopped people and where TJ Watt was sacking the heck out of people. So that makes your argument even stronger. That's with the recent improvement.
And they were in the worst division by far.
Yeah.
And they're 7-6.
Rush defense, they are 15th.
Okay.
Giving up 105.7 yards per game.
Okay.
Now, pass defense.
Okay, here we go.
Worst by a mile.
Wow.
The next closest one.
And that doesn't help you when you've got the quarterbacks in that division that you do.
The next closest one, take a guess. Actually, this is easy.
No. I'm going to say
the Giants. The Giants are the next.
No.
No. Okay. Tampa?
No. Two more guesses.
The Jets?
No.
Jets, not it. Okay. Let's Arizona.
The correct answer is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh man, I should have guessed that.
That's low hanging fruit. Man, we should be beat around the head and shoulders in a military manner for not coming up with that one.
They're 19th in points allowed. Total yards, they're 12th. Rush defense, they're 15th. Pass defense, they're the worst. And missed tackles, they're 31st.
Oh, man.
So here's the thing, though. It's not even just the fact that Mike Tomlin has been inconsistent as all bleep on defense.
Yeah.
The offense has been worse.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the
it.
thing.
And they've got no running game.
2008.
No running game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was sold on, and his name escapes me at present, the rookie.
Jalen Warren?
No. The other guy.
Oh, the rookie that
the muff
against the Seahawks, which sealed his fate right there and then.
Yeah.
But Caleb Johnson, is that what his name is?
Yeah.
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Yes, you're right.
And it's gone downhill. The whole Rush offense has gone downhill. And they have to depend on a 40, what is he, 47? I don't know. Okay. And he's got, you talk about, got a problem with his wrist. What is it, fractured?
Something like that, yeah.
And he's supposed to play this weekend.
Oh, good luck.
And that absolutely killed him to not play against the Bears this past weekend. Because he was like, I own, which he does.
He does own the Bears.
He does own the Bears. And so he wanted to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't do it. So he was hurt. So, I've got no issues with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, and that's the big thing. I remember Pittsburgh saying we're going all in this offseason. If going all in is your answer is Jalen Ramsey, you acquire him for the defense and you go out and you get Aaron Rodgers and you get DK, but you also trade George Pickens.
Yeah, that's
you got
undermines everything.
You got some problems, but
George Pickens, who by the way is second in the league in receiving yards,
he's been ridiculous.
Especially his last 3 games have just been off the charts. And I have him as my, in one of my leagues.
There you go. You're sitting pretty now.
And I'm sure you noticed this, Dustin. It's you and I going head to head.
I'm in a spot of bother. You're projected to beat me. I'm ahead of you right now, but you're projected to beat me because you have less players. You have less players that have played. I'm going down to the incomparable Mr. Wilson.
I'm pumped that Kevin's on my side.
Yeah,
with the Mike Tomlin thing because
like I said, you won me over because at first I was like, why in the world would you get rid of Mike Tomlin when he's not had a losing season?
Yeah, and then you actually look at the bread and butter of what they're doing in Pittsburgh, and you go, how has he not been fired yet? It's one of the great mysteries of football.
And I understand why he hasn't been fired because all he has to do is say, I haven't had a losing season.
Okay, yeah.
So the Pittsburgh Steelers, as you mentioned, they don't fire coaches.
So what?
So this is kind of have them in purgatory, maybe forever.
Good.
And good. I'm fine with that. Like I said, I actually had a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey when Russell Wilson was there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But other than that, they could drive that bus completely off the cliff, and I'm okay with it.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm with you though, Tomlin, and he was the one that pushed for Aaron Rodgers apparently. So,
well, then Tomlin, who else was they going to play?
Well, look at the offense the last couple of weeks when Rudolph starts. It looks a little more balanced to my eye. It looks like they're doing a little better. I don't know, but real quick, 2 coaches that I think could be next on the chopping block. They're both in Ohio. I don't know how Kevin Stefanski survives the season.
No, I don't know.
I hate to talk bad about somebody named Kevin, but
the Browns have squandered a defense that has been top 5, 6 in the league for 4 years
now. They held
now.
Green Bay, who destroyed Detroit the other day. They held them down.
Yep. Yeah. And also, real quick, is it time for Zach Taylor to be gone in Cincinnati?
I would argue that yes, it's time for him to go, but Joe Burrow getting back is going to save him.
I don't think Zach Taylor gets canned, and I don't think the only reason he doesn't get canned is he's not directly responsible for the defense.
Yeah.
That's the coordinator's job. They have players on that team.
They do. But you could argue that it stops with the head coach.
It's like I played that clip for you on Sunday. Dustin. You weren't here for this, Kevin, but I'll mention this. I played a clip from a Seattle Sports Radio on 17 ESPN on Sunday on the postgame after the postgame show, and I played it for Dustin. And I said, "This is the moment where I knew Seattle media was going to turn on Pete Carroll," and they did. They did later on, and I was right. Everything I said about Pete Carroll, I was being vindicated once again. Where the defense,
you should fly a flag that says "I am vindicated."
Yeah.
It's like that Family Guy skit. Welcome to Pretoria. No, I can't. But my point is Zach Taylor is not the worst head coach in football.
Is that the bar, though?
For God's sakes, he got the Bengals to a Super Bowl.
He did,
true.
Yes.
So, to be fair...
And despite the awful defense, he had them in position to possibly win the division last year.
To win the Super Bowl a few years ago.
That's true.
He had the Rams on the ropes.
And that was
one of the worst defenses in football.
Yeah.
Breathe, Kevin. Don't die on
us. I'm trying to breathe, okay? I'm trying to breathe because, this is, as I mentioned before, you saw the cat behind me earlier. This is the Cat household, so I am obligated to, be, on the Bengals side.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been hard to watch them on defense.
Yeah.
And
we got a couple more topics to get to before we close up
let's
shop,
move on.
guys.
All right.
So, last question before we get to BS of the week. Bigger frauds.
Oh.
Updated version. Philadelphia or Kansas City?
Philadelphia, in my eyes, easily, because until this last 2 games, they were the number 1 seed in the NFL.
In the NFC, yeah.
NFL.
Yeah, they were.
Make an argument. They were the number 1 seed in the NFL.
Yeah.
And they have completely fallen off the map to me. And the Kansas City is easy for me to figure out what's happened to them because they were 12-0 in 1-score games. And as I've said, ultimately, many times over, a team that goes that well the next year, it doesn't. And they've lost. They're 1-6 in 1-score games this year.
Yeah, there have been horrible 1-score games because they're being figured out.
That's right. So
they're being figured out.
And so I don't think because they're in a much tougher division. Number 1.
Yeah, the Chargers and Broncos are outplaying.
Chargers and Broncos, are both going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And even though the Cowboys, despite the euphoria, and I can tell you because I live here, that's going on with they're not going to make the playoffs. Washington not going to make the playoffs. Giants not going to make the playoffs.
Well, the Giants are out.
Oh, mathematically, they've been eliminated already.
They were
Giants
probably
the first
eliminated.
eliminated,
They were probably, Brian, my co-host over there on
Hi, Brian.
Fantasy Live. I'm sorry because they were probably eliminated by week 3. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's my point, though. They're in a much easier division. They played against a team that they led 21-0 against one of the worst defenses and didn't score a point after that.
Yeah.
And so then you come into today's game, and they let the Bears, as you mentioned, Dustin, run all over them.
Smoked them.
All over them.
Yep.
And that was after Dak Prescott threw all over them.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
So you can be thrown, you can throw them, you can run against them. So to me, they're the bigger fraud.
Dustin?
Yeah, I got to agree with Kevin on this one because to me, Kansas City, we know what they are. We know what their weaknesses are at this point. They don't have a running game. We thought that Rashee Rice coming back would fix a lot of their problems. But not to sound like Chris Collinsworth for a second, but they still have Patrick Mahomes, who almost
he threw for 4 touchdowns yesterday, and they still couldn't win.
He almost brought them back. And the thing is, like you still are wondering, okay, are the Chiefs because the Chiefs defense, Steve Spagnuolo has had them going and getting better on late season runs as the season progresses. The Chiefs can still throw a knockout punch every once in a while. Philadelphia has the feel to me of a team that the bottom's about ready to fall out because now the winning that was going on, the winning was masking all the things that were going on behind the scenes with AJ Brown. You look at people are going to come at me for looking at this kind of stuff, but it matters. You look at Jalen Hurts' body language in this game. He looks pissed. Saquon, whatever's going on with Saquon, he has half the yards from scrimmage that he had last year. Now, I said that Saquon was going to regress, but regression from last year is still a phenomenal season. He hasn't just regressed from last year. He's greater.
Off a cliff.
Their offensive coordinator, it's not good in Philly. It is not good. And the thing is, what we're forgetting is even when they were winning, Jackson Dart and the Giants dominated them on Thursday Night Football.
That's right.
The Eagles have a propensity to lay an egg today, notwithstanding, but the biggest detriment is, you mentioned it, Kevin, you go up on the Cowboys 21-0. You should win that game going away. Your defense, which is supposed to be one of your calling cards, that's a epic collapse by that defense.
Big time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys ready to get the BS of the week?
Let's do it.
All right, cue the music. Welcome back to BS of the Week, ladies and gentlemen. Our weekly segment here on Time to BS and the Seahawks Sessions, where we give you our BS of this week. This week's topic, we go back to an old friend. The Raiders.
Oh, no.
Again. Oh, man.
Again. This is wild.
Know when we picked the Raiders like 4 weeks in like the last 6 shows?
Yeah.
This is impressive. This is borderline impressive. Okay, so you guys know my thoughts on Pete Carroll, blah, 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 blah. We know my thoughts. Well, they fired Chip Kelly.
Yes.
They fired Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator.
Think about a guy that deserved to be put in a cannon and shot completely across the country.
Oh, Jesus, Kevin.
That's him.
Jesus, what a description.
Especially with what we talked about earlier. With the revelation that he's calling plays that aren't even in the playbook.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
And now I can't help but I feel bad for Gino, okay? Because Gino's taking all this heat, which
that's right.
Some of it is on Gino, of course, but Gino's out there, to his credit, he's taking all the bullets. He's like, these losses are on me. These losses are on me. However, Chip Kelly was calling plays that didn't even exist. Like, what's Gino supposed to do with that?
I feel bad for Gino, but also I don't because he wanted to go to the Raiders.
Well, yeah, but...
right. And so...
I can win a Super Bowl with the Vegas Raiders. Sure, buddy. Sure. Yeah. You get what you pay for.
Just imagine, because you're the only one in the out there on the field that's got that, little thing, whatever it is that they have in their helmets.
Yeah.
He's hearing Chip Kelly call this play. And the other guys are looking at him to know what the play is. And he's got to be going,
What happened?
What, where? What? So he's got to call something.
Yeah.
Here's the funniest thing in the world. Brendan Carroll, Pete's firstborn son, is the offensive line coach.
Yeah.
Not Tom Cable.
No.
Nate Carroll is the run game coordinator. Both suck.
Yeah, but those are his sons. He's not going to get rid of his sons. And
okay.
Before you come at Pete Carroll for that, look at what Bill Belichick has done with Steven the last few years. He always has a spot for Steven. You're never going to, Steven's always going to have a job.
I don't do the job. Okay. Do the job and do it right.
If you don't do the job, then you hire him and hey, bring the car around.
Put him in catering. Put him in catering. I don't know.
That'll work too.
Just
I was thinking just completely outside the stadium. Just bring the car around.
Don't put him on the 1 yard line though.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, goodness.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was easy. It was low hanging fruit, as they would say.
Chip Kelly. Who's the next person out there? Because do you think?
Do you want to laugh? I know who their interim offensive coordinator is. Does Greg Olsen sound familiar? Not the player, the coach.
Yes. He
was with us for a little bit. He was the quarterback coach for a hot minute.
Yeah.
He's the interim offensive coordinator. His third stint with the Raiders, by the way, for those wondering.
Man.
Who, by the way, Greg Olsen looks like a mafia guy. Seriously, Google him. Coach Greg Olsen, Google him. It's the funniest. He looks like he belonged in the movie Casino.
All right, let me.
He is in Las Vegas, so there you go.
Hey, delightful. Doesn't he?
Oh yeah. No, he looks like one.
He looks like a mafia guy.
But I have one. Hold on. He was a former 49ers coach. I got his last name. I need his first name. Jim Tomsula. Jim Tomsula looked like a guy that would sell you some fake jewelry behind an alley. He'd be like, "Hey, I got some nice looking stuff."
Jim Tomsula looks like he sells used tires.
He does.
Oh my god!
This is like jewelry, and you get home and your arm's green.
This is a great game we're going to play.
Exactly.
This is a great game we're going to play.
The green arm, yes.
So one of the great segments on my favorite radio show, the Dan Le Batard show, was the Looks Like game.
Okay.
And it was what people in sports look like.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite ones I submitted was Jared Goff looks like he clogged his girlfriend's toilet and refuses to talk to the parents about it.
Oh man.
And then the other one was so Jeff Van Gundy looks like the Queen of Hearts.
Oh man. Oh man.
Wow.
And then Greg Anthony, who's the former Knicks player, looks like a balloon with a face drawn on it.
Oh man. Oh man.
And then my personal favorite one, which was never on the Le-Batard show, but Tom Brady looks like a middle-aged lesbian.
I've seen that one. That one cracked me up. The one, and I know I've mentioned this one before, but it's gonna get me every time.
Oh no.
Somebody on Twitter said that Liam Cohen looks like if somebody tried to draw Dirk Nowitzki from memory. That one cracks every time. And you can kind of see it. Right? Oh man.
Oh man. Phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, to me, Jim Thomasula, he looks like he's got a necklace that he wants to sell you.
Man. He looks like he runs a pizza shop.
Nothing wrong with running a pizza shop. Just saying.
Man.
He can get you a nice deal on a large cheese.
Man. All right.
Yeah.
Oh boy, hold on, give me a second.
Oh,
I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna look this up on Google Images.
But I do have a question. Is there any university anywhere that hires Chip Kelly? If these things have come out, if this is all true, you can't hire this guy.
Wade Phillips looks like he'll belong in a bottle of barbecue
that's
sauce.
the same why, when we're talking about college, there's 700 schools or something.
Yeah.
Somebody will, say, out back, Wisconsin or somewhere.
Oh, I got
right?
one.
Yeah.
Paul Feinbaum looks like he's building a death ray in his garage.
Oh no.
Oh, I know that guy. That guy gets under my skin.
He does me too, and I have, he's the biggest SEC homer there is.
Oh, this is a good one for Kevin. Former Utah Jazz coach Quinn Snyder looks like a vampire who woke up in the wrong century.
I know. All right, Quinn Snyder. I gotta look. I don't
that got
remember.
Kevin. That got Kevin good.
Quinn Snyder.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, he does.
The way that he left, the way he left Utah. Let's get a steak ready for his heart immediately.
Andy Reid looks like the guy who wiggles his finger in front of a box of donuts and says, "Don't mind if I do." Mike Leach. Mike Leach.
Oh, no. I've seen him coach. Okay.
Hold on. Mike Leach, may he rest in peace, looks like a lunch lady.
Oh man. Was he the one? Didn't he lock a few players in the shed or something?
Yes, he locked. What was his name? Because he was the running back for SMU back before they got canned, and he was a color commentator or something.
Man, Ryan would know because he was a pain. I can't remember his name. How am I missing it?
Yeah.
Oh, I got one. I got a great one. Yeah. We've all seen Raiders of the Lost Ark, right?
Yes.
Adam Silver looks like Scott Van Pelt 15 seconds after opening the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, man.
That is wonderful.
That's a good one. Oh, man.
It looks like every animated Disney film ever.
One that cracked me up is, all right, I'm gonna say it. We've already gone off somebody was comparing NBA coaches at the time, and you'll be able to tell the era that this was by the way they were saying. They said that Stan Van Gundy looked like Ron Jeremy. They said,
"Oh my god!"
They said that.
No.
They said that. And then they said that.
ESPN.
Oh, man. Why is it Rick Carlisle look like Jim Carrey? Then they said that They said that. Oh man, who's the coach of the Heat? Longtime coach of the Heat,
Eric Spoelstra.
Eric Spoelstra.
They said that Eric Spoelstra looked like Kumar from Harold and Kumar.
Wow.
White Castle, and I was like, "Whoa,
That is great.
oh man."
Oh my God.
D says Kelly to UNC.
No.
Oh, man, no way.
Pete Carroll looks like her wife's former college professor who, when she's pressed on the nature of their relationship, evasively replies, "Oh, that was a million years ago." Sam Darnold looks like a Lego fireman. That's great. That's great.
He does look like, somebody. Yep. Yeah, he's got the Lego face.
Former MLB referee Angel Hernandez looks like the mask you buy when you're going to take a Halloween party as Roaring Tooth. That's a Roaring 20s mobster.
Oh man, Angel Hernandez, talk about somebody that had a job for way too long.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Horrible.
he was at the party way past midnight.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly looks like the guy who has perfected the finger in the mouth whistle. Trey Wingo looks like family board game night.
Oh man. Man,
that is wonderful.
Hey, everybody who's out there, we're having some fun. Put what you think we look like in the comments on YouTube. We might respond.
That's right.
Former Pirates manager Clint Hurdle looks like the dead body hanging outside of a town with no name, with a sign attached to him that reads "No visitors."
Oh, jeez, that one's wild.
Who comes up with this?
Yeah, who came up with that one?
The Dan Levitard show.
Oh, these are
fan
all
base.
older
Oh,
ones.
it's so great.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco looks like the imaginary friend of a kid with no imagination.
Oh man, Joe Flacco.
It's wonderful.
Bless him. He's played his way into another contract. Somebody's going to give it to him.
Oh, it's freaking wonderful.
Yeah, because he was not the problem for Cincinnati.
No, he was not.
No, he was not.
No. And
oh God, this one may be my new favorite one. Tony Dungy looks like the villain from a Christmas claymation movie.
Oh,
that is great.
That's a good one. Tony.
That is wonderful. Oh, and our last one, Paul Feinbaum looks like the human embodiment of the NCAA rulebook. All right, we gotta get out of here.
Yes, we do.
Before we go. Final thoughts to close up. I think that took up the whole final thoughts.
Yeah, I think
that was wonderful.
Let me just mention though, because I'm in Dallas, we all know that.
Yeah.
The Sunday afternoon game, NFL is in fact will be Minnesota at Seattle, so I can watch the game live.
Yeah,
and not have to pay any extra money.
Oh man, that's gonna be good.
So you're talking about the culmination of a football weekend that started yesterday and continues today and tomorrow through Sunday. It finishes off when I can watch the Seahawks play. So that's my final thought there.
Dustin?
That's perfect. I don't really have any other final thoughts except for I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I hope you got to spend it with the people that you love and care about. And remember to be thankful for what you have this holiday season. Now we're heading into the Christmas holiday. I know it can be stressful for a lot of people. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And I'm thankful to be able to do this podcast with you guys.
Me too.
You guys let me go crazy, and
we have a request.
I just have one final things to say is we beat that Kansas City Chiefs team yesterday. We took them all over the field. You know what?
I'm assuming you saw it from D's.
We turned them in. We turned them into turkeys yesterday.
We haven't seen Jerry Jones lately.
He's been conspicuously absent.
Oh my God. Randy Johnson looks like the lone mechanic at a last chance outpost garage in the middle of the desert.
That's the best one, because that one's right. I could see him in a jumpsuit coming out, being like,
garage.
It's going to cost you $300 for this year oil change.
Oh, that is wonderful.
And if you got a problem with that, our next garage is about 600 miles that way.
Oh, God. That is wonderful. CJ
man.
McCollum looks like the best friend on a TV sitcom.
Oh, man.
These are great.
Oh, man. I give the crown to that Liam Cohen one. And when I saw that, I could not stop laughing.
We got 2 Will Kane ones.
Oh, man.
Will Kane looks like the cover of a hair dye box. And Will Kane looks like the TV preacher who asked you kindly to put your hand on the screen to receive prayer.
Oh, jeez.
He does look like a TV preacher. It's great. All right, we gotta get out of here, guys, before we go off the rails.
That's right.
Be sure to like.
We're too late for that.
Yeah.
Be sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and follow our shows and all that jazz. Anyway,
Right.
we're gonna get out of here. Later.